Welcome, viewers. Welcome. So here we have Dawn. Dawn is with us. From behalf of Gurukul viewers, I welcome you again to our Guru Talk Show. Would you like to start and say something about yourself, and then let me know how you got into this health and wellness services? Please go ahead, Dawn.
My name is Dawn Bergeron, and I live in Bloomington, Illinois, which is about 2.5 hours south of Chicago in the United States. And prior to this, I did photography for 20 years. I got really interested in natural health a long time ago, but even as I was taking pictures of people throughout the years, I noticed that a lot of them, they'd come to the photo shoots, they're not happy about how they look, how they feel, and they want you to Photoshop and all that kind of stuff. And I knew deep down that it's not about being Photoshopped. It's about working on the outer side, the inside of health and everything. So with my passion, I decided to enroll in some certification courses, and I started with Functional Medicine Coaching Academy, which is a great one. I also did Health Coach Institute, which is another great one. And at that time, I did my personal certification in fitness with ACE. And then as I was going through that, there was a functional medicine doctor that I just really admired. And I listened to his podcast on a daily basis. And he came out with his program called Integrative Health Practitioner. So I decided to enroll in that. And the reason I decided to do that is because I really wanted to dive into functional medicine more, learn how to do functional medicine lab testing. And so went through that, had a fantastic experience. And I actually ended up working for him for 1 year virtually. So that was a great experience. And prior to that, I worked for a functional medicine doctor locally. So I had clinical experience in an office as well. But yeah, it's just something I've been passionate about. And I've had family members and things like that I've lost due to addictions and being on medications and being part of the pharmaceutical system. So I have some pretty strong opinions about that, and realizing that a lot of this stuff is Band-Aid solutions. And I just really want to get out into the world and help others understand how much control they do have over their health and their eating and their future, just if they have that education and understanding about it. So that's my goal.
Yes, absolutely. Dawn, you're not the only one in this field where we feel that today's medicine is not the cure, it's just a band-aid. I just pick up words from what you said. And kind of, I also feel the same understanding. I'm not totally sold out. That's why the alternate medicine, which are there in foray, I know them and I try to use them as well many times, but certainly not to the extent where we do a body hacks and everything. That's too much extreme. I never go there. But yes, you should use this alternate medicines, or rather you say preventive medicines, to kind of keep yourself healthy, right? So internally you have a body metabolism. As you grow in age, technically speaking, your metabolism goes down, and then you need to kind of keep up with your physical health, your mental health, your psychological health. Physically is very important in that sense, because if you're healthy inside, then the other parts as well go on good, right? So yes, thank you for coming again. Again, viewers, this is a very important topic that we are going to discuss. Continue with us till the end. And of course, please subscribe to our channel if you're new or you haven't done that, and like this video. So Dawn, if you just try to figure it out, a person needs to be healthy. Everyone wants to be healthy. Okay, it's not just that one person's wish, but they have a easy path, easy button, and then there is a long button. When I say long button, means you have a long way of becoming healthy, right? How can we become healthy? Now I'm asking you as an expert and not as trying to tell something about what your practice does. Okay, let's discuss what are the issues about the people they are having today in COVID's time and how they can tackle this, right? Dawn, over to you.
A lot of it has to do with the fact that our society's become a convenience society. So getting the process, the fast foods, things like that, and not understanding about all the chemicals and things that are in these foods. So in turn, a lot of people are carrying around a lot of inflammation in their bodies that has a bearing on how well they can detoxify, how well they can absorb nutrients, and so forth, which in turn affects how they feel in terms of anxiety and depression and things like that. If your body's not breaking foods down and absorbing the nutrients the way that it should, it affects all facets of our life, spiritual, mental health, physical, everything like that. And so people a lot of times lose the motivation when they're in these situations. So
Yes.
I want to just, I feel like there's so much to just share and teach that's actually common knowledge out there, common sense, but it's been forgotten along the way. So
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. No, I'm just turning up.
yeah, so oh, there's so much that individuals can do, like working with somebody if they choose to, is giving them accountability, giving them resources, tips, things like that that they can implement in their lifestyle that are easy. A lot of people just need someone to kind of guide them. They know in the back of their mind what to do, but they don't remember. They get overwhelmed. There's so much information on the internet. It's just hard to decipher, what's real, what's true, and all that. So there's a lot that can be done that way, and just sharing some simple, shopping lists and just things to look for, like organic, getting away from, the processed foods, just really understanding how to read labels, things like that. Not going to all the fast food places that have become such a
Yeah.
part of life, because that's the goal, to make it convenient, but along the way it just compromises a lot of individuals' health. So
True, very true, and very long time ago when I was like quite young, I used to think about fast food like McDonald's, or not taking names, but of course they are number one in the world actually. So these fast foods, they do have kind of a what do you say? It's all related to our society, right? If you look back and think as a third person, you eat fast food, you basically, because it's quite affordable. You are going for that affordable food. Why? Again, because of the poverty, and then again that poverty leads you to the bad health, and or rather the fast foods or anything that leads to bad health, and that again relates to earning less money. So again, you are in that cycle all the time, in which you have to get yourself out, not just of the poverty but also of the good, of being a good person in health wise, to go take you to the next level, right? So any amount of taking care of your health, actually it enhances not just your health but also your pockets. Why? Because now you can think something better, and you can try to do something better in life and then earn more money. So it's all related. It's not just one thing in silos. About that's what stands out, from your talk, Dawn. And you spoke certainly about detox. Detox. It's a magic word. Everyone wants to have a detox. You want to elaborate more on that, Dawn, please?
yeah, I mean, I know that detox and cleansing and fasting and all those kind of things are, fad words and stuff, but detoxification is incredibly important in our society today, because of all the things that we are exposed to as far as chemicals on foods, things that we are beyond our control a lot, things we might be taking in our environment, the foods that we eat,
Yeah.
the toxins we might get from the products that we use, certain soaps and things like that. And so that has a huge bearing on our health. So I like to help people understand that and educate them on the importance of ongoing detoxification. It's not just a one-time thing that you do, but it's an ongoing thing, and understanding how to do that ongoing to keep up with the demands that's being put on our body through all these chemicals and things that are entering them. So
Yes, true, very true. And we have seen detox can lead to inflammation in your body, right? And
right.
that can be there for lifetime, right? So you as a certified, can you please throw some light and help our viewers to kind of understand, what is the impact over a period of time? Can you please share some experience?
Oh, like detoxification? Yeah, like
Detox.
a typical, yeah, like detoxing is, I mean, your body, a lot of times it has a hard time losing weight if you have inflammation going on, because your body's holding, you think of it as like, if you keep ingesting or taking in toxins, you're putting gas on a fire that's never going to go out. And if it's never going to go out, your body's not going to be able to expel the toxins, get rid of them. And in turn, your body can't break down and absorb the nutrients that it needs. So it's just that vicious cycle going around. And that's why people can't lose weight. They don't feel good. They feel depressed. They feel anxiety, things like that. So going through a good detoxification with a client, if they're committed, it usually takes a good 12 weeks, 6 to
Yes.
12 weeks. It just depends
Yes.
on how much is, but it takes good 21 days to implement a habit, no matter what habit it is. And just to have that coaching, that education, and know what to do, and then to take those habits and live them lifelong.
True, true. And because this detoxing, reducing inflammation in body, they're very critical, but also they kind of create shock waves in your body as you detox, because your body is adjusted to the detox, already to the toxins, and now you're
Right.
telling that to take it away. So there's always there's a reaction within your body, and you feel, oh, something is wrong with me. But no, you need to get that toxins out. Then your body will start becoming better and better. For that, of course, you need a guide to kind of really tell you that, oh, don't worry, or a doctor, don't worry, it is going the right path, don't worry. So that's
That's a
good.
good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I went through the detox about 3-4 years ago. My personal story, viewers, as well as Dawn. See, I was about 210 pounds with a small frame of mind. Really speaking, I was really overweight. I was obese. And I decided, no, I need to kick some dirt. I know I really got myself into reducing. Now I'm like, even I'm overweight a little, but I'm 170 pounds. Nothing big, 170, 175 for my kind of frame is okay. Even though the BMI index says it's very high, I'm okay with that. So from that point of view, I think the 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 trauma that I went through, or rather my body went through in trying to reduce the weight and then going through all my pains, was tremendous. And I had a good guide to help me through. And I think that was, I miss you, Dawn, at that time. I didn't know you at that time. I wish I knew at that time. But of course, but that was 3.5 years ago, even before we started Gurukul, right? So
Right.
now that we started Gurukul, certainly viewers, you will have more and more opportunity to get somebody like Dawn to help you guide through it. So with my personal experience, I do know that this thing works, and this thing works really nice. Okay. So we got about inflammation, we got about detox. There are other effects of our general health is affecting your anxiety, leading you to depression. I think Dawn has got some good ideas about those, how to tackle those, right? Through medicine, through preventive medicine. Dawn, over to you again.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times you see it a lot with younger kids these days, having the ADD and the ADHD and anxiety, and they get put on medicines. That's the big thing. There's one, I do a lot of functional medicine lab testing. So if clients, want to find that out and get those details and find out specifically what's wrong with them or what's wrong with their child, they can run a lab, something like an organic acid test. That's fantastic to find out if they or their child has something like what's called candida bacterial overgrowth. And if you have that going on in the body, and you can specify and really dive in and find out this is what's going on, then there are certain protocols, I'll work with clients to put them through, to work on moving that inflammation out, work on rebuilding the gut, work on rebuilding it and repopulating it with the good nutrition, and just teaching them. And it's part of the detoxification, but it's on a deeper level when you know exactly what's going on, or if you find out they have parasites or things like that. There's all kinds of lab testing I can run if individuals are wanting to do that. So that's an option. Some people like to have that kind of data, and it's great to have. So
True. And you said very important thing about parasite. Like we think everything is clean around us, but somehow some germs, they go sit in your stomach or your intestine, and then they kind of create havoc in your nervous system, right? And that's what she's meant about the parasite within your body. They are like sucking up not only your nutrients, but they're also creating they're creating chemicals that is creating havoc in your head. That creates depression, anxiety, loss of energy, and so on and so forth, right? Okay. So that's amazing. Dawn, in today's world, we are sitting in 2021 April. We see that about a year or so, people have started using more and more internet, of a different age, different types, different age and different demographics. You will see people are more connected now on internet. They are playing more games. Good for business, good for everyone actually. But that certainly leads to, over a period of time, we're just in 1 year right now, but maybe after after a few months starting, or maybe a year or some, you're already seeing those things already, that the health of the people are deteriorating, and it's going to affect them mentally, physically. Some of them are making money out of it. Video game, that's great, no problem. But this cyber addiction can lead to some mental problems and issues. Have you started seeing them already, or you're predicting something would come in future? Can you share some thoughts about it, Dawn?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're seeing that because people are tied to their screen so much. So there's a certain kind of light that's entering the brain and entering the mind that affects how we feel, how we think. And also, we're not getting outside and getting the natural sunlight, the natural vitamin D, which is so imperative to our health overall, as well as our mood. The other thing that we're lacking, because we're so tied to being indoors, we're getting, not the good fresh air that you need as you get out in nature, but also the grounding that's so important to just connect with the earth. And so I'll work with clients and educate them on that. I have lots of resources on that, but yeah, getting people to be aware of and understand that. If they don't understand that they're starting to get depressed or their health's deteriorating, remind them of some of these natural things that used to be so prevalent in our society, how to bring that back in.
Yeah, and I echo with you. Echo with you. Previously we used to take things so very naturally. They're coming. You just kind of take it granted, right? And then suddenly everything stops. It's been stopped for 1 year. Now we're taking this as a granted thing, but as we grow by, I think there are more surprises awaiting us, not from the virus or viral point of view, but the impact of it, mentally, physically, and emotionally as the time passes by, and many of them have already started showing signs of it. So thanks a lot for bringing that up. Okay. If you look at our viewers, they very much are interested to understand, so where are we going from here? When I say here means, if you look at, there is so much of crowd in way of products, detoxification agents. They give you this product, do this, do that, do this regimen. Is there any authentic place where we can say that, okay, this is where we can find some authentic information? I know you will say that your website is one of the authentic information, which is good. I saw your website; it's amazing. I really love the way the structure of the website is. But other than the website, which my viewers, you should go there. Okay, I'm not saying don't go there, but other than that, is there any valuable information that you will find down where you people can say that, okay, I found this, also I found it over here, and then I have found this as well in some other place. Can you educate our viewers, in trying to find some more details about how they can channelize or improve their health?
I think it is overwhelming, and it's hard to know what products, what companies are true and organic and are in your best interest versus selling a product just to sell a product. I would tell people to not buy things on Amazon. Don't go to Sam's, don't go to Costco. Those tend to be cheaper products that you don't know what's put in there. They just don't have the third-party testing like some of the functional medicine products do. So I think the key thing is looking for a functional medicine grade product. Of course, I have resources, through my business and through the companies that I've worked with. But if they were to find a functional medicine health coach or an integrative health practitioner, that is somebody who can guide them into what products to use, guide them to some good companies, because there's a lot of good ones, but there's a lot of bad ones out there. But the biggest simple advice I can say, do not go to Amazon, do not go to Sam's, do not go to Walmart, do not go to Costco, don't go to Walgreens or CVS. They're not going to have functional medicine grade products. I think it's easier to say that than to say where to go, because there's a lot of good functional medicine companies out there. So
True, very true, very true. And again, also about Amazon and about all these things, viewers, you have your own thinking about it. Okay, Gurukul does not say that go or don't go to these places, but we always respect our guest. That's their point of view, and we respect that. And viewers, is up to you. Okay, so from that point of view, this is really good. People who really understand what you're trying to say. They will take it in the right way. And we do understand that it's always up to us. What's good for us, you should know yourself that, right? So, okay. Moving on to some other areas, right? Uh, we talk about detoxification in the inflammation in the body, how it leads to your heart attack if you don't have your routine regimen in a proper way or form. Is there a spiritual way? I mean, does the spiritual way helps in feeding your body? If you don't have anything of that sort, is fine. But just share us your experience. But how can a spirituality help our viewers to say that, okay, this thing is working?
Right, absolutely. I mean, how you think, your connection to with whatever spirituality speaks to you is
Mhm.
incredibly important, as well as community and relationships. So all of those kind of fit in together. Having that's important in our health, and how well we are going to be adhering to certain things, or taking in certain things, and where our beliefs come in line with that, and how we implement something like that in our lifestyle. So it's incredibly important, the spiritual aspect. And I like to do a lot of Ayurveda, um,
Mhm.
diving into that too, looking at body types and looking at all the different doshas of somebody as well,
Yeah.
because everybody has a different body type and a different spiritual way of thinking, and it's based on a lot on their composition and their bone structure and everything. And just for people to understand, everybody's going to be different based on their body frame, and that affects them spiritually as well. So
Very true, very true. And I have one thing to add to it, Don. People mistake spirituality with religion. Okay,
mhm,
these are two different things, two different aspects of your life, two facets of your life. Religion, there are pundits who have defined what is religion, but spirituality, I could humbly say to my viewers, spirituality is very individual in nature. You it's your connection with the Almighty, and your connection with the people who live with you, who are your society. We ultimately are body machines. So technically speaking, what free will that we have, we use that as a spiritual aspect of enhancing your life, enhancing yourself, enhancing your surroundings around you, and then be the connection of anyone, everyone, in a good way, bad way, either way, is your karma, right? So spiritual is individual, and spirituality is connecting with your Almighty, whoever it may be. There's ultimately one Almighty. And then, of course, religion is defined by so many pundits. I will not even go there. All right. So with that, I think we had a good talk, but I may have missed so many topics, so many things. We don't want to cramp up everything within one topic. So certainly we'll have Dawn come back again with us, viewers. But before we part, Dawn, would you like to say something to directly to our viewers? Not just about your products and services, but certainly some message they can carry with them, as saying that, okay, this is what is the differentiating with Dawn and with others. Okay, so please, Dawn, handing it over to you.
I mean, I have a real passion to help people feel better and really get, people know the changes that they want to make. And I want, just everybody in the world to know there's a way to make changes, to dive into that. And if you want to work with me, I can work with you through functional medicine lab testing if you want to dive into that. If not, just work on a lot of different resources and tips as far as health coaching, some different
Mm.
diet, exercise plans. I dive into all aspects of the health. It's an integrative approach, looking at the sun, the grounding, the toxicity in bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchen, all that kind of stuff. I just want to help people, and it's a great way to do it. If people want to explore that, if they want to make a change and want to commit to it, I have protocols I can work with them on, and help them to succeed in their own life. If they can, once you feel better and you're sleeping better and you feel better about yourself and you feel better spiritually and mind wise, it just pays off in everything you want to do, career wise, and where you're going in life and everything. So
Nice, nice, nice. We had such a good time talking with you, Dawn, and I'm sure my
thank
viewers,
you.
they all enjoyed it. It was very informative, and we want to do this again. So we promise that again we'll have you back on our show, and we'll talk more deeper into this aspect of being better. As you said, as everybody knows, uh, trying to be healthy is not a one-time affair. It's a continuous affair, and of course, Gurukul is going to be there as a continuous affair. So with that, thank you viewers for watching our channel, Guru Talk Show. And Dawn, I really appreciate for you to come here. And thanks a lot
Thank
again
you.
for your time and effort. Take care.
Thank you
Bye.
for having me.